Hi all, I am Mr. Sanayaga. Today I am going to present how to implementation ISO 20001. I choose MBSL for implementation ISO 20001. MBSL is government band in Sri Lanka. What is ISO 27001? ISO 27001 formally specifies a management system that is intended to bring information security under explicit management control. Being a formal specification means that is mandate specific requirements. Organizations that claim have adopted ISO 27001 can therefore be formally audited and certified compliant with the standard. ISO 27001 require the management support, systematically examine the organization information security risk, taking account of threats, vulnerabilities, and impact. Design and implement coherent and comprehensive suite of information security controls and other form of risk treatment to address those risks that are deemed unacceptable. Adopts an overarching management process to ensure that the information security controls continue to meet organization information security needs on an ongoing basis. Why ISO 27001 is important and what benefits does it offer? The business benefit from ISO 27001 certification are considerable, and only do the standard help ensure that a business security risks are managed cost effectively. But adherence to recognized standards sends a valuable, important message to customers and business partners. This business does things the correct way. ISO 20001 is invaluable for monitoring, reviewing, maintaining, and improving companies' information security management system, and will unquestionably give partner organization and customer greater confidence in the way they interact with our business. There's a small history of ISO 27001 and ISO how to implement and for now how it's improved ISO 27001 and ISO. Benefits I like to talk benefits of ISO 27001. There are so many benefits I can talk, but I divided into is direct benefits and indirect benefits. Direct benefits we can talk increased reliability and security of system. Like all business service is reliant upon to information systems. ISO 27001 has ensured that we controls in place maintain system availability and reduce the risk vulnerabilities being exploited. Post certification, surveillance visits, and recertification audits again ISO 27001 ensure the business keeps up to date the latest vulnerabilities and best practice. Increased profit. Sales and margins are up and clients' perceptions of our business have improved. Our ISO 27001 certificate demonstrate that we can trusted to secure our customer data, so we are own. Our customer not only understand that our investment in ISO 27001 has given the benefits, but they are prepared to spend a little more for secure IT infrastructure. Cost-effective and consistent information security. If implement cost-effective security match our business needs, bank have many technical safeguards throughout the organization, but the risk assessment highlighted that some of the safeguard offers little or no business benefit and would provide better return of investment if they were configured to protect assets requirement a high level protection. All division and department within the bank have previously developed their own security guidelines. ISO 27001 helped us develop a consistent approach to security by creating uniform policies, incorporating industry best practice in best practice. Where necessary, employee compliance with our policies is supported by an enforceable disciplinary process. System relations. System rationalization. System rationalization analyzes our information and information security requirement properly means spend our money wisely. We can able to cut off 50% system and data not worth keeping our actually risk controls on some low risk system. Compliance with legislation. Implementing ISO 27001 forced us to comply with UK legislation in areas such data protection, software copyrights. Now, indirect benefits. Indirect benefits, we can first improve management control. Managers have more control over organization and better quality information within which manage it. Management effort therefore reduced. Better human relations. Employee can recognize that the earning potential is depend on how customers perceive the company brand and any negative publicity would affect them. Professionalism has improved throughout the company, given that so much of security relies internal control. Through ISO 27001, it can introduce more through recruitment process that reduce the risk employment people unsuitable for position or who could potentially put our business at risk. Improve risk management and contingency planning. Through ISO 27K certification process, bank identified vulnerabilities, threats, and potential impact of the business. As a result of this implementing control ISO 27001, after implementing more structured approach to risk management. For example, we have rational process to decide which risk transfer to insurance. We also can have business continuity plan that suits business, not just IT department. The risk assessment identified information assets that are critical to success the business. This enables us to produce a business continuity plan, prioritize these assets, and reduce our potential exposure to financial losses, negative publicity, enhance customer and trading pattern confidence. With the sensitivity security breaches, trading patterns, customer and vendors were looking evidence of security. ISO 27001 certification have provide this insurance. In any industry, you have to stand out from the competitors, being the first IT value added reseller in the world to obtain ISO 27001. It's bold statement that we will always unique to ban. Having ISO 27K logos on company literature, continual reminder, potential and exist customer that we are professionally run organization who take the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of their and our information serious. This is a roadmap to implementation of ISO 27001. Now I'm going to describe how to this process start and going on and how it's well maintained. First, I want to highlight the management support. If we implement in ISO 20001, firstly we have to get our management support because this is a very cost-effective process, and so we have to get our management support to implement in ISO 27001, especially board approvals and that documents. Management should actively support information security by giving clear direction, demonstrating the organization commitment plus expertise assign information security responsibility to suitable person. Management should approve the information security policies, allocate resource, assign the security roles and coordinate, and review the implementation of security across the organization. Management support makes information security more effective throughout the organization, not least by aligning with business and strategical objectives. Step two, after that, getting management support, especially no, after that, not to get management support. First, we have to understand the scope of the implementation ISO 20001. This is also the management process. The management should define the scope of ISMS in the term, nature of business, the organization, its location, information access, and technology. Any exclusion from ISMS scope should be justified and documented. If compliance controls are deemed not, not acceptable, this should be justified and documented in the statement of activity. Uh, Certified auditors will check documentation every time. This the document. I'm going to show the document that we create in management support and board level. This is a document that we uh, prepared. Executive summary is the first thing we done. There we explain the cost and benefits and benefit of implementing to MBSL and cost, how we can manage the cost. After that, our scope and purpose to implementation this for MBSL. Then ISMS benefits. It's the document to going to give our board how to what's the procedure, what's our scope, benefits, and the cost benefit of the implementation ISO 27000. And there we include all the implementation cost, certification cost, how its benefits, and conclusion. After we get in management approved, we have to prepare our inventory. And inventory of all important information assets should be developed and maintained record in details. I include such some information that we want to record, and this is the more information that we have to record it. Now I'm going to show the asset list, what the asset list we prepared for MBSL. This is the asset list we identified: digital asset, business database, source code, software, non-digital asset, people asset, servers, network device, desktops, laptops. In digital asset, we give the asset ID, owner, who is the owner, custodian, user, location, and we done the all the assets that we identified. Digital asset, business database what the MBSL bank have, database we give the database ID, what's the expected date, maintenance state, how it's maintained, what, like that. All the database we categorize. Source code in they have internal implementation. There's a source code. That also we categorize into that also we identified as an asset and we categorize it. Software, what is the softwares we use, and most important is people asset. What's the people? Our IT department, network administrator, head of IT. How the important of that people, servers, and we categorize servers. That's very important critical asset, and network devices, desktop, laptops. All we are categorized inventory, and we prepared inventory for the MBSL. After implementing inventory control. Inventory. We after we control inventory, we do the risk assessment for these inventories. Risk assessment should we identified risk assessment quantity and prioritize information security risk against defining critical for risk acceptance objectives relevant organization. The results should guide determine the appropriate management action, prioritize the management information security risk of implementing controls selected protect against the risk. Uh, Risk and selecting controls may need to be performed repeatedly across the different part of organization and information system and respond to change. The process should systematically estimate the mitigation of risk and compare risk against the risk criteria of determine their significance. The information security risk assessment should have clearly defined scope and complement risk assessment in other accept business where appropriate. And after that, we prepare SOA. SOA is statement of applicability. The SOA means the statement that applicability for in ISMS document listing organization information security controls objective and control. The SOA derived from result of the risk assessment where risk treatment have been selected, all relevant legal regulatory requirements have been identified, control obligations are fully understood, a review organization own business need and requirement has been carried out. And we prepared that also SOA statement. SOA, this is the risk assessment that I took the previous step. The risk and what the mitigation plans we have. SOA list, and we prepared SOA list for MBSL. There we identified the control objectives, current control, what's happen to in future when implementation, how it's implement like that. We create a SOA statement of acceleration. We do with this management support in MBSL and head of IT support all the policies, procedures, how to implement and how to control it. Next step is there are some benefit of SOA. A risk assessment report can be quite lengthy. Indeed, some organization might identify thousands of risks and is therefore not practically useful for everyday operation use. So SOA, however, is relatively consistent, can be used an overview of the entire ISM. The SOA is also useful so simple way of identify the policies, procedures, and other documentation or system have been applied on order to treat and identify risk. SOA must updated regularly in line with the continual improvement philosophy of ISO 2001 and evidence of important to control our compliance requirement. Next step is prepare a statement plan. The organization should formulate risk treatment plan, identify the appropriate management action, resource responsibilities, and proprietors to dealing with its information security risk. The PRT should be within the context of the organization information security policies and should clearly identify the approach to risk and critical for the accepting risk. The PRT, the key document that links four phases of PDCA cycle in the ISMS. PDCA I going to talk in next slide. Mm, this is a risk treatment plan. If I talking about risk treatment plan, uh, we do the vulnerability assessment sheet. What's the vulnerability for the our uh, assets vulnerabilities, and this is the how vulnerability sheet. We identify the vulnerabilities and threats that we have, and we prepare this vulnerability sheet. This column, if we, as example, take the firewall uh, lack of in firewall we can take insufficient maintenance, fault internalization, or of storage media. That's a vulnerability. From that, the threat is breach information system maintainability. That it's never it's happen not happen normally now. It's for that probability is one. Impact that there's a more big impact. Impact is 0 to 5. Impact is 5. For that raw risk value, we get raw risk value for multiplying probability and impact. After that, we find the detectability. Detectability, this insufficient maintenance we can detect. Normally, we can detect. Uh, After that, net risk we create net risk value. Net risk value we get from multiplying probability, impact, and detectability, and its average also here. We can do this and we can identify the what the risk of what the most important to we have to allocate the risk assessment. There's a network file servers, banking system for networking, all the assets we have to do vulnerability assessment. After that, we are going to talk previously PCA model. PCA is a plan, do, check, act. Model applies different levels of throughout the ISMS cycle within cycle. The same approach is used for quality management also. This diagram illustrates how the ISMS take input information security requirement and expectation, and through the PDCA cycle proceed management information security outcome that satisfies those requirement and expectation. Uh, PCA model, first we have to do a plan, establish ISMS. Establish ISMS policy, objective, process, and procedures relevant to the managing risk, improving information security, deliver results in accordance with the organization overall policies and objectives. Then we have to do implementing operation of ISMS. Implementing operation ISMS policies, control, procedures, and process and procedures. Then we have to check, assess check is monitor and review the ISMS. Assess and where the applicable measure process performance against the ISMS policies, objectives, and practical experience, and the report the results to management of review. Then act. Maintain and improve the ISMS. Take the corrective preventive action based on results of the interval of the internal ISMS audit and management review the relevant information to achieve the continual improvement of IS. After this implementation, we have to plan, do, check, and act. This life cycle have to do after implementation. Every time we have to do this plan, do, check. This is the life cycle of implementation ISO 27000. Implementation program. The implementation program, first we have to formulate risk treatment action plan and implement risk treatment, formulate risk treatment action plan and implement risk treatment action plan. Implement control selected, define how to measure effective of the control. Implement a risk treatment plan in order to achieve identified. I show that risk treatment plan, which include consider funding, allocation, roles, and responsibilities. Implementing control selected during established ISMS meet the control objective. Define how measure effective of control allows the managers and staff to determine how well control achieve plan objectives. Implementing security training awareness program. And after the in the implementation program, we have trained all the staff in how this risk assessment and how it's implement. What's the plan do we have? It next we have to monitor and review the our process. Management must review the organization IMS at least once a year, ensure the continuing suitability and effectiveness. They must access opportunities for the improvement and need the change to the ISMS, including the information security policies and information security objectives. The result of this review must be clearly documented and maintained. Review are the part of check phase of the PCA also. Any corrective action arising must be managed accordingly and maintain and improve. How this maintain ISO after implementation? After we implementation, we have to certify the ISO as ISO 27001 implemented company. Prior to certification, organization should carry out the comprehensive review of ISMS and SOA. The organization will need to demonstrate compliance with both a full PDCA cycle and course of 8 ISO 27001 requirement and continual improvement. Certification auditors will seek evidence that ISMS is operating and continually improving. The ISMS therefore needs, while settle down, operator normally and generate record after has been implemented. Certification and audit also we have to do. Certification involves organization ISMS being assessed for compliance with ISO 27001. The certification body need to gain insurance and organization information securities and security risk and assessment for properly reflect business activity for full scope of ISMS. A certificate compliance from certification body has clearly with other organizations. After that, we have to do normal auditing once a year. We have to implement how this audit going on, internal audit or external audit, to create certificate. The organization shall continually improve the effectiveness IMS through the use of information security policy, information security objective, audit results, analysis of monitoring events, corrective and prevention action, management review. Thank you.